They work great. They really, really work amazing for genuine GMRS radios.
And this is Selden Radio, the most trusted name on GMRS.
Hey guys, this is Joe Tech from Joe Tech Tips on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And today we have two GM-30 Pro radios for review. And yes, I got these bad boys for free. These are two analog radios. There are dedicated GMRS Part 95 compliant radios, and I'm very excited to review them. Big knob, a light on the top, and this kit comes with so much stuff. It's crazy. We're going to go over everything rapidly, and then we're going to turn these bad boys on and see if we can get them going. So I got a pair of radios. Two. I asked my sponsor, Radioddity, why'd you send me two? And she goes, I want you to do a range test on them. I said, okay, no problem. I told her that I run a GMRS repeater here on Long Island, so we're going to test these bad boys on the repeater and see how well they work. We'll do some testing in terms of range testing to the repeater in certain locations and see how well they do. One of the things that I've noticed right off the bat that this thing does is that it has USB charging, which is very, very nice. Also, the battery gets screwed down to the radio. So this is not something that you would be replacing on a regular basis. You will be screwing it down to the radio. It's not like you have a release, press a little notch, a little switch on the bottom, and you eject the battery. This is more for a permanent installation. I noticed that there aren't any waterproof seals on this, so this is a very interesting design. And so it also is USB charging, so it's kind of unique. So, and it also offers base charging as well, so you have a bunch of options here. These are 2500 milliamp packs, and we're going to see how well they work. It's a nice looking radio, totally, really, really nice. Let's just continue with the unboxing, because obviously there's a lot here. So I got two radios, two radios, 1, 2. So I'm very excited about that for the range test. Two batteries. So let's see what else we have here. So two radios, two batteries, programming cable, very helpful. I'm assuming this will be used with Chirp. So I believe, I haven't checked it, to see if the GM-30 Pro is actually in the Chirp software in order to program the radios, but we'll definitely check that out. Comes with two sets of antennas, and let me see if I can see what they say on the bottom here. It's a range of 136 to 174 and 400 to 520. Makes me think that these are designed to transmit on those frequencies, which is bizarre because this is only a GMRS transmitter. So it really doesn't matter, right, about working in VHF or in ham bands, because these are specifically for GMRS only. It's just interesting that they give these antennas with this radio, which is really bizarre. Alright, so we also have two microphones. Cute. Regular standard Kenwood style connector. And push to talk button. We have two of those. And we have two power supplies. They, like I said, actually they do not come with the base. So these are USB charging only. So let's see what the outputs are on these. And it is 5 volts at 1 amp. So that's what, these are really light. They weigh absolutely nothing. So it would probably take a substantial amount of time to charge these. It comes with the headsets over the ear for listening instead of using a microphone. And then the two clips and two lanyards. So let's get this thing together and take a look and see how well these perform. Let's get to it. So Paul, I let you borrow this radio for a little bit. This is the GM-30 Pro, and I'd like to know what your first impressions are, or lack thereof, or, I mean, whatever. I mean, from the first look of it, what do you think?
Well, build quality is pretty good. It's got some weight to it. It doesn't creak in your hands. The buttons look good. Placement of buttons, the belt clip on the back. It's actually on the radio, so if you got to change the battery, you don't have to get another belt clip, which is a good point.
Oh, that's actually very true. You'll have multiple belt clips on
You
the
have to get multiple belt
Oh, yeah.
clips.
The GM21 is like that.
Correct. It's on the battery.
It's on the battery, right.
PTT is smooth. I don't care for that.
Yeah, the push to talk button on the radio, on the Motorola, if you look, has bumps on it.
Yeah, this is smooth.
It's smooth, so.
I don't really care for that. The feedback on the switch is good. It's just it's got no nubs on it. Other than that, it's a pretty nice radio. It sounded good, clear. Audio is clear.
That's right, we recorded that. I mean, everybody heard that.
Audio was good. Signal was good.
And the Roger tone does 1200, MDC 1200.
From Motorola.
But there's no data being sent over, it's just noise as a Roger tone. So it's not IDing anything.
Right.
There's nothing to read.
WQSY 810, portable on frequency, testing GM30 Pro. WRMN 604 mobile, you are loud and clear. GM30 is pretty remarkable. Thank you very much. You're actually going to be on the YouTube video. Oh, sounds good.
Yeah, other than that, it's a pretty nice radio. The menu is average. I went through the menu system on it. It's average. It's nothing special.
Let's go through the menus. We have bank, scan, which is kind of self-explanatory. Frequency range, scan mode, scan subcode, scan memory, which in the whatever stored in memory. Frequency range, scan mode, carrier squelch, or just search for the tone. Scan subtone. What are you going to scan for? CTS or DCS? Wireless CPS, radio settings, which is important. You got the step, which look how low it can go. 2.5. I mean, this is awesome. 2.5, 5.0, 6 1/4, 10, 12 1/2, and 20 and 25. So 20 and 25, the only two that you should be interested in, only because those are GMRS tones. But it goes 50 and 100 kilohertz as well, which is incredible. That's a kind of a neat little thing. Squelch, I guess in terms of if you want to hear it or not, it's like it's only a digital level. It's not a analog adjustment. So 3 seems to be the typical for setting. Like if you do off, you'll always hear unless it's a repeater, so then it doesn't really matter because you're going to be turning on tone squelch anyway. Power save on. So in other words, the screen will lower everything will turn lower power if it's in monitoring mode. Vox switch. If you're using for voice activated for transmission, sometimes useful. Same thing with this. This is Vox level. You need to talk loud for it to be engaged. You don't want that low because it'll accidentally transmit. Vox delay. How much time do you want to wait before it actually transmits after it detects voice? Timeout transmitter. Look at that. See how quick that is? Voice, if you want this to say voice when it turns on or off, it'll say frequency mode when you turn it on. Here, listen.
Channel mode, frequency mode, channel mode.
So you can turn that voice on or off. And I turn the volume down so you don't hear that. I can turn that off as well, the beep, and you'll see that feature in here somewhere. Language, Roger tone. So this is kind of cool. So this has beep Roger tone, off or tone 1200, so it sounds like an MDC, which is kind of nice. There's the beep. It's on. We could turn that off. So now the beeping of I can turn the volume up and we're not going to hear it anymore. Backlight. How long do you want the backlight to come on for? 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Always on. Which some people do because these radios last forever. Power on display. You can have a picture or voltage. Picture, I like. We're going to figure out how we can change that picture. There's got to be a way. But there's no picture power on time. So we have alarm tone if you have an alarm. Alarm mode. On-site, send sound, send code. Some of these things are silly that I really don't understand why you would want these. You know, there's no reason to have an alarm. DTMF. Push-to-talk ID if you wanted to send an identification. Beginning of transmission, end of transmission, or both. But you have to push-to-talk delay before it actually transmits on the frequency. Alert, there's the alert. I'm not really quite sure what this is for. I don't understand why you would need an alert on his tail. What's the tail? Tail is on. We could probably, I'm not sure. That's kind of bizarre. Why would you? These are really strange features. Oh, so these are the buttons on the side. So right now it's set for FM radio, or you can set it for search, or you can. So there's a bottom button on the radio. You have light on the top, and then you have the push to talk button, and then you have this button, SK2, and it's set for FM radio. So you can have it set to do search instead.
Enter.
Scramble, mode 1, 2, and 3. That's bizarre. Some of the stuff you might have to look through the menu system. Reset's obvious. And that's it. That's everything in the radio settings. Then we have program channel. So you can actually program it through the radio itself. Some people particularly like it this way. Radio information, like the firmware, hardware, and radio information. And that's pretty much it. And that's the menu system of the Radioddity GM-30 Pro.
But you can use Chirp, which is good option.
Yeah, I recommend using Chirp over the software that comes with it. You can't edit any frequencies once you download the code plug. You can't make any changes. You have to delete everything and start over. If you use Chirp, then you can make changes. I'll show you that. It's disturbing. I'm not really quite sure.
So you said you have to wipe out the code plug and
Yeah, you have
reprogram it yourself before
Yeah.
you can make changes.
Correct.
So that could be an issue.
A big issue. So I mean, it's the two antennas that come with it are the other one's really long. I mean, it's like this long. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense. This one happens to be much better, but it's a good quality radio. I mean, it's not bad. I just don't like the blue. So anyway, Paul, thank you very much for helping me out.
It works. I like it. Some spots in my backyard where it doesn't work.
Really?
Yeah, like one or two.
All right, so you guys are rolling. So you guys, I handed this radio to each one of you. I mean, I've already reviewed Paul already once about the radio, but what are the pros and cons of the device other than the look of it? Unless you want to go over the look of it, if you want.
Well, it's no secret. I'm not a fan of the light blue. This was my first radio.
And what radio is that?
For GMRS purposes, it's a GM-30 Plus, which is the, I guess, ancestor to this one. This has, for like $2 more, you can program it on your phone. Which, like, who doesn't want to program on a screen like that versus a screen like that?
Okay, so now we're gonna try to connect Bluetooth. Let's see, connect Bluetooth. I don't like with this. Allow. See if it finds it. Oh, there we go. Walkie-talkie. Select model. Nice. Frequency read write set. This is a an option for sure. This is great. This is actually pretty cool. You can definitely set up, but it's only a GMRS radio, so it seems kind of weird. Like, how many frequencies can you possibly have in an HT? Because the HT is limited in terms of range, unless you travel from location to location. You would need to have. I mean, I find. I mean, this could be cool. So if you're on location and go, oh yeah, I got a new repeater for you. You don't have to go, oh, I need my programming cable, whatever. You can just simply turn on the wireless CPS, open up the program, type in the frequency and the tone, upload it, and you're good to go, because that's where this will come into play in terms of, like, oh, I can stick it on, I'll stick it on channel 6. What's your frequency? Bang, 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 and you're good to go. So this is a huge plus for on-the-go, in-the-field programming. I like it. I like it a lot.
That being said, pretty easy to program. Menu's pretty easy. It gets there. It makes the trip. Programmed a few repeaters into this one initially. Programmed ours into this. Didn't have any problems. In fact, we found out that the software was easy when I looked at it here, because I guess an update happened or something.
But basically, the radio is the exact same radio, except the blue one is the Pro, which has Bluetooth for programming.
Yeah, that's the only difference.
And this is GMRS only?
Yeah.
And this is
GMRS only.
GMRS only also. So basically identical radios. So, like you said, for a couple dollars more, probably better off with this. It's easier programming.
Right, so you could do field programming with the blue one. You can't do field programming with the black one.
And you got a flashlight.
Oh, there's no flashlight on that one?
They skipped out on the flashlight.
Oh, wow.
But it's the same antenna, same battery, right? Same,
USB battery,
same,
too.
So USB charging. So
USB-C on the back.
I can't get it out. You check. There we go.
You're
I was gonna say you have to trust me. But.
Solid radio. It doesn't creak. It doesn't feel cheap. It's got weight to it.
Are the menus the same?
I believe so. Except for the fact that one says wireless.
Yeah, CPS.
Yeah, same thing. Menu's the same.
Just the one addition in it. They both have GPS too, I believe. Right?
So, and it's bright enough that you can see outside in the sun.
That's true.
Which is a good feature. The only thing is, like, it's got the smooth PTT button, which I'm not crazy about. So, but I don't know what else to say. I mean, the buttons have good response to it. It clicks when you push them. The rubber is good. It's not too soft.
What about the button? The push-to-talk button. They both actually look the same.
Oh, they both have the same.
The push-to-talk button works okay. I just don't like the smooth finish on it. It'd be nice if it had not.
Do you think that it's blue because of the Bluetooth option? You think that's the possibility?
It's possible, but they should have picked like a navy blue instead of a light blue.
So would you, if you had the opportunity to buy that radio, would you purchase it?
I already did.
The plus. Yes.
For the couple dollars more, yeah.
You would, even though it's blue.
Yeah. Well,
the blue would.
No, I don't know about the blue, but the blue kills me.
Right.
But other than that, yeah, it's I would buy it.
I would have liked the traditional, like, neon orange or the neon green that they use.
Or yellow, or anything.
Yeah.
Anything but that blue.
It's hardly high vis.
Oh, it's not high visibility?
It doesn't seem like it.
Right.
No, it's definitely not.
Maybe if it was, no, even that. I was gonna say if it was
I
a
like
water
black. It
situation.
looks good in black.
Yeah, it looks sharp in black, actually. I don't know. It's a hard sell just for the wireless CPS and the way it looks.
For a couple dollars more, yeah, I will go with the Pro.
All right, cool. Well, thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for helping me out.
Thank you.
Anytime.
So what I want to do now is I want to show the power output of this radio, the GM-30 Pro. Yeah, Radioddity or Radioddity, depends on how you pronounce it. So I have a Surecom SW33 Plus meter, inline meter, with a 10-watt dummy load, and we're checking the power output of this radio. I'm not putting an antenna on it. I'm not looking for reverse power. I'm not checking to see if the antenna is in tune. We're just checking for pure output power of this radio. So I have another camera here, which is my cell phone, and I'm going to key up, and then I'm just going to show it on the screen. There we go. So it looks like it puts out just about 4.63 watts. So they're saying a 5-watt radio, plus or minus 10%. 4.63 watts is close to 5 watts. SWR of 1.01, so all of the power is going out to the dummy load. So this is more or less a 4.5 watt radio with the dummy load. So I'm just going to do it one more time so you can see it. It does hold. So as you can clearly see, I'm keeping the button pressed, and it's 4.65 watts on the Radioddity GM-30 Pro. I just wanted to take note that the GM-21 and the GM-30 look very similar to one another. In terms of the keypad, the speaker placement, the button layout, they're very similar. The only difference is that I've noticed is that the screen is longer, rectangular shape on the GM-21, and the GM-30 Pro is more of a square. But they look very similar to one another. And it's pretty much how this goes, is that every manufacturer copies one another for a product. So I just wanted this to be known. Because if you look carefully where the speakers are, on each one of these devices, they actually have the speaker output or the ports are exactly the same. So I'm just going to do a test, a power output test on the GM-21. Now we're really supposed to be reviewing the GM-30, but I just wanted to show the difference between the GM-21 and the GM-30. So I'm going to key up on this. So the GM-21 puts out 1.74 watts. At the SWR, VSWR is 1.02, so all the radiated power is going to the dummy load. So the GM-21, wow, the dummy load's pretty hot. Or warm, I should say. So the GM-30 Pro is a better radio than the GM-21, the Baofeng, because this only puts out 1.67 watts, whereas the GM-30 Pro puts out just about 5, which is really impressive. So that's the whole point of this meter, is to prove out what HTs do. And if you're interested in this bad boy, I'll have a link in the description below to purchase it, because this thing rocks. It's pretty dead on, and it handles up to 80 watts. So this is perfect. Not the dummy load, the meter itself. So what we can also do is we could check out the power output of this F8 HP Pro, which is supposed to be an 8-watt radio, and it's coming back as 4.6. So that said, the GM-30 Pro is in line with the power output of an F8. So that's impressive. That's really impressive. That makes the GM30 Pro an awesome purchase. And I highly recommend this product. Regardless of the shortcomings of the funky looking blue, which I recommend that they should make it a darker blue. I'm not a fan of that. That should not be a deal breaker. I will have a link in the description below to purchase this radio from Radioddity directly and offer you a $15 coupon code if you use the code JoeTechTips. I'm now an affiliate for Radioddity, but I don't say that Radioddity is good just because they are a sponsor. I prove out their products to make you see how well they are made and how well the radio works. We actually have a GM30 Plus here as well. So, I mean, that's probably the reason why they made it blue, is because the Plus is already black. So to distinguish between the two radios, and since the GM30 Pro has Bluetooth, they thought by making it blue they can designate it to be a Pro because you can do field programming with it, and the Plus you can't. This does not have Bluetooth capability, but this one does. It's only a couple of dollars difference between the two. Literally, only a few differences. However, today, right now, and by the way, these are identical radios, unlike when I compared the GM21. The Plus and the Pro are literally the same radio. Oh yeah, and a flashlight. There's no flashlight on the top of this one. This one there is. But there is a flashlight button on the top of the radio, but it does nothing. You can it still shows the flashlight button on it, but there's no flashlight, which is hilarious. Anyway, we're going to check out the output power of the GM30 Plus just to compare it, because we do have it. Now remember, I have a bunch of members that have all types of radios. We buy pretty much anything and everything, and we have the ability, you know, we've been buying radios for a very long time, and we've been in this field a very long time. So let's give this a whirl here. Let's see what this thing does. Wow! 4.85 watts. That's impressive. Holy crap. Well, slightly it's dropping. This is actually more powerful than the GM30 Pro. Not by much, but it still is. This is closer to 5 watts than this radio. However, Pro gets your Bluetooth, the Plus does not, and no flashlight. So that's impressive. Wow. Radioddity, you really outdid yourself here. When you say a 5 watt radio, it's actually a 5 watt radio. Remember, we're not putting into any consideration the gain of the antenna or whatnot. So 4.85 whatever watts out, or 4.67 watts out would, you know, increase it up enough, especially if it's a 2 dB gain antenna. That's 2 times. So if it's a 2 dB gain, whatever going in is twice going out for ERP. I'd like to give a big thank you to Radioddity for allowing me to review the GM30 Pro radios. Again, they gave me 2 of them. Fantastic product. This will get the JoeTechTips 5-star rating, and I'm very impressed with these radios. These will be considered professional radios. However, they really need to change the color of them. It's too light of a blue to designate them as a Bluetooth radio. It should be more of a darker blue. The lighter blue makes it look like a toy, and it's clearly not. These are professional GMRS radios. They work very, very well. The plus is that it gives the ability to do field programming on the fly. You are in the field and you need a new frequency, turn on wireless CPS, bang, you're good to go. You don't have to break out a programming cable or a laptop to program these things. On the fly programming. This is a huge plus. Just make the color a little bit darker. It does look like a toy. It really does. And it's not. It's a professional, genuine GMRS Pro radio. If you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
From Nassau shores to the Suffolk pines, your mountain tops where the big skip climbs.